Just want to see City suffer.
Crying.
What you should do is cancel that channel.
It's late.
Not a lot of people in this building can tell the time.
I hope he's so dead.
Stay humble.
Yo, am I Neil Mulpie? Or Ryan Shawcross? Or Ruud van Cheat himself?
Man United, we're not in this competition. It's an actual disgrace.
What is going on?
You've been forced to come to us.
We're above you, mate.
In the bin, guys.
Welcome back to DR Sports, the weekend preview show. It's time. It is time. But who is round the table, I hear you ask? Well, let's have a little look. To my right, after just being humbled by Newcastle United, it's not Laurie Lyle. I mean, it's not Robbie Lyle. It is Laurie Lyle.
What? You got there in the end. Which line is it? Which one is it? You're struggling.
How you doing, fella? You alright?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. It is what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, G.
You got to play today, man.
Stay humble,
Yeah. Don't worry. It's Tottenham.
So stay humble.
To my left, he was a little bit late. It's late.
Ooh.
Can we get an explanation, please?
Bro, I was on a previous shoot, and then the trains didn't train, and I had the time, and then I didn't, and that can happen. That can happen. But I've been good recently.
Still don't think we got an explanation out of that. But
What do you want, my life
big
story?
up for coming. Previous work engagement. I don't want to hear all of that. Yeah. But big him up. It's Flex. He's back for his second show in a week.
Wow! Told you I'm back indefinitely now. I'm properly back.
But if you are all wondering, where's Robbie? Right, surely
Dodging
he's gonna
this.
show a bit of faith.
Dodging
You'd
this.
think after that.
Oh, is it because
performance
it was
last
up in
night.
Newcastle?
No, he was, to be
I
fair.
think he did get back about 5:30.
Yeah,
well,
it must have been really
12:49
late.
now, so still a bit of time.
7 hours.
I tried to
ago.
call him. Must have been about 1:30 just before I was going to bed, and he weren't picking up. So,
You don't want to speak to no one, man.
probably.
Nah, bun that, man.
Probably on the
Nah, wait a minute. I'm not answering that, man.
so as his older brother, I thought it only fitting that I come in.
You
and
take the licks for him.
take the licks for him.
Yeah, big up.
That's what I used to do when we were
Delboy
young.
and Rodney. You know what
So
I mean?
here we are now
Delboy Take the
again.
licks for him.
Yep.
Never changes, no?
Yes, people, big up. Today we're obviously looking back towards the game last night. We're looking at the game tonight, Liverpool, Tottenham, and of course, mainly the FA Cup fixtures this weekend, including Old Trafford reunited, including Leyton Orient versus Manchester City. We got Brighton, Chelsea. We'll be looking ahead to that, and the mighty Plymouth, right, take on Liverpool in the South Coast, and as well as Villa, Tottenham. All of this is to come on the show. Smash that like button, get your comments in, people. Let's start off with a couple of super chats, if we can. Medical bunker. When a fan base is so delusional, the point goes over the head. Haaland said, stay humble, because you're bottlers that haven't won a major in 2 decades. Stop this false narrative, bit of an essay. Salah scores worldies, plays the game with a smile, has countless trophies and iconic moments. Him and Henry are the same. Neither is better. They dine at the top table alone, says Medical Bunker.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
Yeah.
Behind Haaland, man.
Did you see Lee Judge's fan cam?
I didn't actually.
Yeah, I
You
did.
must.
Yeah.
Tell you what, Cecil, we reward failure. You're off to Dubai tomorrow. If that was me at work, I'd be getting the old elbow, I'd be getting a tic-tac. But they're off to fucking Dubai. I mean, you ain't right, like.
It'd have to be.
You've done better impersonations. Right?
That was just a little light one. I saw it on the way in. I thought, do you know what? We might as well big him up, man. He was brilliant last night. But yes, we have another one here from Nasco. As a certain Don would say, listen, 3 days in football is a long time. I've got this tune stuck in my mind since last night. It goes something like this. Bigger fish to fry. Bigger fish to fry. Them fish are slowly running out now. 2-0 to the Geordie boys. 4-0 on aggregate. Arsenal crash out again. Big old slice of humble pie last night. Hold that. We beat City, trophy tight. Whatever that means, says Erich. Nasco, on a serious note, I've never seen an Arsenal player so nervous. If that's how a semi in a Carabao Cup affects them, what about the latter stages of the Champions League?
Correct.
You know
Final
what?
weeks
That's
on to winning a title.
You know what? That's
Fair?
Of course it is.
probably. It's not unfair. Put it that way.
It's what happened. It's what we saw.
Saliba better than Virgil is a joke, says Cuban Heights. What did you say
You
before
probably.
we went on air?
You probably sent that in.
said Saliba's the Mount Rushmore of defenders.
No, I
Next
didn't
to
say
Van
he's
Dijk.
there yet.
You did
I
say
didn't
Mount
he's on there
Rushmore. You
yet.
said the Mount Rushmore word.
I'm
Did
pretty
you not,
sure I
Flex?
didn't say he's there yet. What I said was
Did he
the
say- I don't
talent
know.
is
No,
unmistakable.
you
He was
said
picking
the
him up. He was
word,
picking him up. I don't know
Mount-
if he said Mount Rushmore.
No.
I think I missed that.
Jason's
but-
filmed it.
Right,
It's
well
fine.
then it's there.
Okay,
Then it's
okay.
there.
Well, I want to
Then it's
qualify
there.
that.
Then it's there, mate.
I want to
Jason filmed
qualify that. I said the talent is unmistakable. I did say that.
Yeah, of course he's got talent.
And I've always shown Van Dijk the maximum respect. You know that, so come on, stop it.
No, but what I'm saying is, how dare you compare Saliba to Van Dijk? Van Dijk is 10 years older than him, and he's still miles better than him now.
No, but you're, with respect, Alex,
Win something.
you're just saying
Champions
that with
League,
the most
Premier
recent
League, and then we can chat.
recency bias.
Listen,
That's
he's
what
a
you're
great
doing.
defender, but he was getting moved to last night.
He
got
was.
Got twisted. And Gabriel,
He did.
giving it the big one to Haaland, doesn't like it when it's the other way around, does he?
What?
Can't
What are you
take it
talking
FC.
about?
Well, listen.
No,
you saw what I was
Trippier,
talking
you know,
about,
chips
yeah.
in his face. You know what I mean?
Listen,
Yeah, I'm all right.
Gabriel didn't like that, man, but he did it to Haaland. So listen.
Newcastle,
Give it,
well,
you gotta
actually, no,
take
look,
it
we'll
as
get
well.
to it. We'll get to it.
Yeah,
we'll
couple
get to
two
it.
chats.
I think you-
Why argue with an Arsenal fan when you can just wait?
Hey, what a super chat that is.
Time
That's
will tell.
actually
Time
brilliant.
will tell.
Yeah.
Time will
No,
tell.
that's the best
Just
super chat I've
hold
ever
it until
heard.
April.
Not even that.
Sooner.
Just wait a few
February,
days.
Early February.
No, but that would
Before
be-
Valentine's Day.
That's a
Man.
good one. Now,
I don't
don't
think you're
argue
in-
with an Arsenal fan. Just
I
wait.
just
don't
wait.
think you're in any
can
position
just
right
wait.
now to
We are,
talk.
because FA Cup weekend and I've got game to play.
Yeah, but
And
your-
you
your,
lot know.
your manager
So
said you're the
we are.
worst United team
You're
of all
playing Al
time.
Ryan in
Because he's a realist.
behind closed doors friendly.
Because he's a realist.
Really?
Not
Oh,
booking,
is it?
come on
Really?
here.
Oh,
Put
so
the
you
fucking
agree?
speakers on it.
So you agree?
Not fucking better than we are.
So
He
you
goes,
agree?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
That's what you must do.
Okay.
You must understand what
Jason,
you are.
make sure you clip that, yeah?
What do you mean?
Oh,
There's nothing to clip. I've said it
it's
on
late.
countless outlets
Okay.
because we can all see that.
Yeah.
Not like the Arsenal manager who thinks they're all high and mighty and they're going to win loads of things. Yeah.
You,
Gotta understand what you are.
what are we?
That's
what we are, mate.
Well,
Bottlers.
yeah.
That's what you are.
Don't get it
bro.
done. And when it's another
nonsense.
trophyless season and the inquest begins, we will be there.
Netflix FC.
Yeah.
Let's wait till the next season. See how that goes.
You done?
We ain't even started talking about the
We
game.
ain't
yet.
even got into the game.
I haven't seen a
That's what I'm saying.
violation
We ain't
like
even got
that.
into the game yet. I can't wait to get into
I
the
haven't
game.
seen a violation like Isak versus Saliba since Lovren versus Kane at Wembley. I remember that
Yeah,
one. That was
oh.
horrendous. Oh, it's late. He came off early. Saliba looked like he was going to cry. Why is Mikel struggling so much to win trophies?
there
Shame
any-
about the asna. That's what it says here.
This is crazy.
This is
Mate, the
crazy.
people have spoke. It's their show.
Yeah.
Wow.
Saliba, like Arteta, weak. Hold up, boss, yo, says Philip from Norway. Big him up, man.
Philip from Norway, I
Sending
thought
in
them talk there.
them
Bro,
Norway
these men are
monies.
queuing
Shout
up.
him out. Clara Bitsy. right?
Why?
And because Robbie isn't here, I'm sorry, man. This
Yeah,
is for
they
you.
always rule
You
out
should have
someone else.
just
This
stayed
is
in
not
bed, you
fair.
know.
This is foul.
You have to just take bare licks today. It's just like
Alex.
Yeah.
On behalf of the Lyle them. Clara Bitsy. Robbie, what do you enjoy more? Doing 34 days of transfer daily with 0 signings? Or travelling all the way up to Newcastle, climbing 4 floors, there's 140 steps, by the way, at the away end to see your team getting humbled. I mean, you could probably answer that on his behalf because he isn't here. What do you think he would prefer? 34 days of transfer daily with no signings, or going up to Newcastle and back in
I
the
think
same day?
Robbie will have to answer that question himself.
Oh, politician. Politician. He's not here, so don't listen to these guys, Rob. Again, Pavanjit thinks Rob's here. This was sent before the show. 1 month is a long time in football. Went from losing 2-0 at home in January to, checks notes, losing 2-0 away in February. In typical Asna style. As always next year. Oh, God. Robbie, again. Stephen Ireland's grandmother thinks that Robbie would have been here. But Robbie, does Arteta have a Dubai timeshare that he can't cancel? He keeps better schedule than Matisse.
What?
You held a little. You held a shot.
I held
there,
it
man.
straight?
Yeah.
I held it
Sorry about
straight.
that. Robbie, a month is a long time in football. Hold, says Milangisi from Zimbabwe. Shout out to you. Couple more and then we'll get into the game. I've just lost my place a little bit. Here we go. Arsenal can't banter. Arsenal since PL said to dial it down, says Terence. Big up. Robbie on the plane to Dubai, says Nasco. Zoeb, who cares about these minor cups? We got bigger things on our mind, like the Premier League of darts. Who do you guys think wins one tonight? Says Zoheb. And Massam says, we need to go easy on Arsenal. Performances like this can happen after heavy celebrations. They did just win the league on Sunday. All right, let's get into the game then. Newcastle humbling Arsenal. It was the worst start possible. There was an offside goal. It was so tight. But that was almost a sign of what was to come in the game. Laurie, when that first goal goes in for Newcastle, the game, the tie, it's all over, isn't it? There was no way you were going to come back last night.
Everyone was speaking about Arsenal fans and they were saying, we need an early goal, And I was trying to be rational and say, look, you know what? We don't necessarily need an early goal. We need to score first. We definitely don't need to concede. So then what do? We concede. We just got off to a poor start. It was a very, what I call, chastening experience yesterday. And I can't really offer too much in the way of excuses. I mean, you could say tiredness. You could argue that maybe the come down from the weekend, there was an impact there in terms of mental tiredness, physical tiredness. You could talk about, as some people saying on, the transfers thing might have affected the club. I don't buy that. Or the elephant in the room. Did we bottle it? Did we spew it? I've got to say, man, as an Arsenal fan, and I do like to keep it real, as we say, I think that third option is one that's kind of looking unmistakable right now, man. I think we've got to be honest and say we spewed it last night, man. We weren't up for it. We weren't up for the challenge. I saw I did a watch along, so obviously I couldn't hear the TV said, but the fans looked on it.
Oh, mate,
they were on it,
yeah.
On it.
And I think maybe the players...
Which is not surprised, we all knew that.
Yeah.
The players walked into that cauldron with 2-0 down, and I think nerves might have got the better of them. I think they did not stand up. I mean, and the reason why I can say that with some degree of certification is guys like William Saliba, Peter Partey, all these guys have been playing really well. They was just off it. The goalkeeper. I could go right through the team. Odegaard, Trossard, Martinelli.
I think the highest rating that Robbie gave in his player ratings last night was Ranieri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
They got their biggest threat.
Arsenal got absolutely moved to.
Yeah, got scored.
There's no way to dress this up. Over both legs,
Both
by
legs.
the way. They got absolutely moved to. They got schooled. They got humbled. They got outdone. The Eddie Howe deserves massive, massive credit.
3 wins against Arsenal this season without conceding a goal, Flex.
Massive. Because he's got their number, like Lee Judges said. He's got their number. And the management of this game being 2-0 up, which is a tough scoreline. You'd rather be in that position than not, but it's a tough scoreline. And I watched his press conferences before the game, so I wanted to see what he's saying. He said, we have to be aggressive. We can't just be like, we've got a 2-goal lead, let's sit in there. And from minute 1, they were running around like lunatics. And he brought in the big Don. So there was no Arsenal set-piece cheat code allowed.
Yeah.
We got Byrne, we got Botman, we got Shah.
Yeah.
We don't even have Joe Linton.
Back free.
Yeah, back free. Yeah, we're going to bring in Trippier for Livramento. Nope, sorry,
Lewis
kid.
Hall was brilliant.
Lewis Hall, excellent. We need real fighters in this. And you put them 2 bastards in there in Gamiras and Tonali, yeah? And say, listen, lock off Declan Rice. Make sure you don't do nothing. And Arsenal, let's be honest. Let's call this out for what it is now. Captain Marvel, Martin Odegaard. Your team needs you. You are the captain. You are the focal point. There is no Saka. Cheat code as well.
Yeah.
We need Martin Odegaard. FA Cup, misses a penalty. Big moment. You let the team down. Big chance at 0-0. Right foot.
Changes the game.
Changes the whole tie.
Yeah.
Missed. Then after that,
within about a minute of that.
that's what I'm
they
saying.
went and scored.
Ran up the other end and scored.
Yeah.
So not good enough from the leader. William Saliba
And he comes off at 60 minutes.
comes up hooked as
On
well.
the hour mark.
So that says everything we need to know about Captain Marvel. Yeah.
Facts.
William Saliba, like I say, brilliant talent, top defender. Listen, Isak, just levels. He's the only man I've seen this year. Because we can cuss Saliba and say, Bozo there. Let's just keep it real. Isak, world class. He's the only man who will make Gabriel and Saliba be on the sort of refrainment, like just let's sit off a bit. I'm not really sure here. Because at the Emirates in the first game, he's running them man down the sides.
Yeah.
He was dropping off the front. He was getting shots off. He scored. Do you know what I mean? And the same thing there. He leads to the goal. So Isak just top draw. But then he went from bad to worse for Saliba because he was just shook after that. Gordon, giving all kinds of nightmares. So direct. So much space in behind. That was poor. Kai Havertz.
Oof, it's late.
Kai Havertz. You wimp. Like, just trying to do the hard man, trying to do the this, that, and the other.
No,
You're
but the
trying to
thing
win
about that, he waited
penalties.
until the 80th
He's
minute to
taking
try.
touches and going out for throw-ins. Going out for goal kicks. They're laughing at him. It got to the point where I was looking at it, I goes, I can't even laugh at this guy, actually. I mean, it's kind of sad. He's going out like this. And actually, to a man, Newcastle, Trippier and Gabriel's face. They knew how to provoke the reaction. Gomez was making sure Declan Rice had to go flying in. He could have got sent off. Just bare frustration. Arsenal lost their heads. It's nothing to do with the humble stay. I actually disagree with that.
well, that actually,
In that thing, the Man City thing is a separate thing.
Separate.
Yeah, separate
They're
thing.
allowed to do that within that 90 minutes. And guess what? This is why football's great. Because if in a few days you go up to Newcastle and get licks, hold it.
And
No, but you
like
know
Gordon
what,
said at the end of the
I
game,
was
we've got to stay
waiting for
humble.
you to.
That's it.
I was waiting for you to say that because that is the one thing I should have said, but I didn't say. We was talking about it off camera. The stuff that happened on Sunday, I am still 100% for what they did. Man was dashing ball in the back of Gabriel. Said, you do that, normally man's going to lick you down on the pitch, let alone. When Gabriel said, I'll see you back at the Emirates, I'm all for that, bro.
100%.
And he came to the Emirates.
And he delivered.
And we did, yeah, I mean, we smoked them.
There you go.
There's nothing wrong with what we did.
Nope.
That being said, though, carrying into this game, we had to understand, and I'm sure the players did, and the manager, that you now got a target on your back. That was what made it even more disappointing because I'm of the, listen, we're all football fans, we all love football, it's sport. You are going to lose. To me, there's a way of losing. And yesterday was unacceptable because we just didn't turn up and that is very disappointing. Like I said, you can, picking the bones out of it, you can say, well, was there the emotional come down from Sunday? Did that play a part? You know what I mean? The fact that we were 2-0 down, like I said, going into the cauldron, it's always going to be a little bit ropey, especially conceding the first goal. But yeah.
You lost that game in the first leg. You lost that game in the first leg. You can't go to St James's Park at a 2-0 deficit against a team that are good on the press, but good in the low block, that are good technically, but good physically, that manage games very well. You would have seen them come to the Emirates and they'll low block it, they'll stink out the gaff, get a 0-0. We saw it a couple of seasons ago in the Champions League as well. PSG away from home at Paris, they should have gone through to the knockouts. They were unlucky, they were robbed.
And then they run up on them at home.
Right? Yeah, we've seen them. We've seen them do this.
They're not in good form at the moment.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter.
No,
this is the
because
thing
for
that
the
doesn't
big
matter. No, it
games,
doesn't.
matter.
It doesn't because Newcastle is not just a one. It's not just a normal team. You got up there in a big game away from home under the lights. I said this about Arsenal when they travelled up there in the Premier League. Newcastle under the lights or in a big game at home, they turn up. They've always been able to do that. They've always been a difficult place to go. Don't look at their form. Don't look at how their results were against Fulham. This is why they're not second and third because they will drop those points. But you know when you go there, it's a problem. You know when you go there, it's going to be a problem.
Can I just make this point? They've not been in any good form. We have been in decent form, and we were coming off, which I think was our best win of the season.
But that proves exactly what he's saying.
I think form has to go out the window for Newcastle.
That gave me some optimism. Although, I hear what you're saying about Newcastle. I've been up there before. I know it's a very difficult place to go at the best of times, but I was still hoping against hope that at the very least we would go up there and put in a performance. What disappointed me, like I said, in sport, there's a way of losing, bro. You're not going to win every game. You are going to take L's here and there. What was so disappointing for me, especially after coming off the back of Sunday, was that we just laid down.
It's
we
a
didn't
capitulation.
lay a glove on them.
Yeah.
That's why I said.
I think in the
He
second half we
capitulated.
had one shot.
You both had 3 shots. So you talk about the contrast in styles. I think Arsenal had 12 shots, 3 on target, and they had 11, or you might have 11. They had 10. You both had 3 shots on target, and you had basically 70% possession.
Yeah.
So that shows you that Newcastle have done a number on you, mate.
Yeah, well, I'm not denying that. To deny that would be.
But the way they've done it, though, they've schooled you over 2 legs.
What I think needs explaining.
4-0.
What? Yeah.
It's a 4-0 game. This is like a light work.
Humbling.
They may as well have just had. I'm not going to say Fulham actually because it's lost, but you know what I mean. Just they may as well have Man United over 2 legs.
Charlton.
Do you know what I mean? It's light work. Home and away calm.
What I think needs explaining from an Arsenal point of view, and what I'd like to get your answer of about.
I can't speak for the club.
Is you talk about an emotional come down.
Yeah.
The top elite teams, the Fergie teams, the Real Madrid teams, Liverpool in their
top
pomp,
teams,
right? Emotion doesn't get to you. If you're a top elite team, you don't allow the come down, the hangover of all the emotion that you exerted on a Sunday to even be in your minds or affect you on the Tuesday, Wednesday. The top teams don't let themselves get emotional.
Because Arsenal aren't a top team, though.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not an elite
not
team.
there.
That's
They're
what
not
it
that.
comes down to.
Yeah.
No,
but how do you get
Alex,
over that?
Alex.
I'm asking the question because you're the one that said there's an emotional come down. Why?
No, I'm saying,
Why are
could
you
there
still
have been an
emotional?
emotional come down?
Well, clearly there was.
Yeah.
Because you lost your heads.
But both things can be right, yeah. I think Arsenal, here's the thing where it gets mixed up in the media and in the perception of what was going on with Arsenal. I was backing Miles Lewis-Skelly, still do, for everything that he did. And there are connotations around, hang on a minute, how comes he's getting attacked? Meanwhile, we saw Anthony Gordon doing Henry celebrations. You know, if that was just, you know what I mean, Vardy's doing that. Do you know what I mean? Premier League, I seen something they put out a year ago of all of Vardy's shithousery, basically. And now they want to push back because young little Miles Lewis-Skelly should just be happy to be there and not back his ability and stand up for himself. No problem with that. But then when you this is what I find as a neutral, when you try and like back Arsenal and say, nah, man, they're allowed to do that. Like, leave them alone. After the City game, they've got extended documentary highlights of in slow-mo of that night against City
DVDs.
and all that. Like, then you go,
You don't really help
Arsenal,
yourself.
I'm trying to say you man are right to like back yourself against these, but then you're doing too much.
Well, this is what I'm saying.
You're
So,
doing too much,
this is
and I
what-
don't think they've got that balance.
Yeah, exactly. When I said earlier, they
haven't
then
won
had
nothing.
You ain't
targets.
not won nothing.
Hold on. When I said that we had targets on our backs, that's what I'm talking about. The fact that we did do what we did on Sunday, and listen, I don't have a problem with it at all. In fact, I think they're more than justified. The ball in the back of the head, dissing Arteta,
Yeah, 100%.
tapping him condescendingly on the back,
100%.
telling Lou Skelly who the F are you. Gabriel, who used to play for City, come in there, try to peacemake. You're telling him, get out and face your clown. Very disrespectful,
100%
proper
agree with that.
disrespectful
I
stuff.
agree.
So when Arsenal had their day on Sunday, you can't begrudge them that. You know what I mean? Anyone doing that,
No,
I
but it was
thought
the
out of
after
pocket.
stuff. Did you see it? I might have to show it to you. Like, after the game's won and you've done you've played humble, Kendrick Lamar, you've done all that.
There's nothing wrong
Everything's
with
fine.
that. Nothing wrong
There's
with
nothing wrong with that. That's fine. But then the social media team afterwards.
No, but Flex, come on, bro.
No, because it's
The fan
because
base.
it's in the
Hang on,
image
no,
of the
let me
club.
just make this point. No,
It's
no,
in the image
I've
of-
got to correct you there. Listen, the
That's
fan
what you
base.
correct. That's
hang
what
on.
happened. That's what they
No,
did.
but hold on, bro. We all follow football.
Yeah.
It's not a monolith. You're always going to get people who take it too far. You guys all follow clubs. You would have done exactly the same types of things. It's football fans. You know what I mean? I didn't do that, but there were certain people that did. The football fan base is not a monolith. But where I am agreeing with you is, because of what happened on Sunday, because it was high profile, because everything went viral, 3-4 days later, of course, a target's going to be on your back. The minute you slip up, man, the same man them that had to hold it down are going to come after you.
But Laurie, it's like it's what separates the great. Look at Chelsea and Mourinho. They would win every
what they
game
did.
1-0 pretty much.
They already done
allow
everything
emotion
else.
to impact
You
them.
went and did this more. That's where you got to relax.
So you're going to...
But you know what? No, because you know
don't
what?
help your.
You don't know because you know why you can't just
Right.
because
You don't
I
help
think
yourself.
Arsenal.
Yeah, but you just
especially
said
with-
yourself you didn't have
No,
a
no.
problem with what we did.
No, I do have a problem with this bit. This is
Yeah,
what-
but
no.
who's that guy?
What do you mean who's that guy? It's your whole club saying
The Arsenal
extended,
YouTube
the extended cut. And what I'm saying is a team is usually in the image of its manager. So when you see a passionate Arteta, when you see him running up and down, like that emotion
On
that
Sunday,
you see.
did you see that?
Let me land. The emotion of how Arsenal play,
Right.
they're in an image of their manager. Would we agree? Like
They reflect.
they
it,
reflect
100%.
what he's trying to do. We've seen like the
Klopp
peculiar
do it.
tactics that Arteta has to galvanise them.
Yeah.
We laugh sometimes, but
Playing reggae.
this team is completely in his image now, which is why the scrutiny's coming of, you need to get over the line now. This is not the Emery team you picked up and you had Maitland-Niles and Cedric and Mustafi and all these men. This is Mikel's team, right? They're in his image. So when you see sort of the extension of these things coming from the social media team, coming from the camera guy, when you see an extension of that emotion, what I'm saying is that that's where I think it goes probably a little bit too far. Where,
I thought Arteta was
whereby-
very measured on Sunday.
No, I'm not. What I'm saying is that this whole thing of what Arsenal are now is in the image of what Arteta has made, which has its good bits, and I'm talking about sometimes it has its negative bits, because this is where people get onto Arsenal, where I'm saying within the moment, 90 minutes, fair play, clap back, do everything, then the game's done and dusted, and then the club is proceeding to kind of do more than that and take their eye off the ball. So what I'm saying is sometimes I feel like there's a positive side to Arteta's emotional nature and how he's built the team on passion. When you see Gabriel doing this and everything, it's great. But then sometimes I think it has a negative vibe because they don't deal well.
It doesn't get you over the line.
Exactly.
Are you able
Exactly.
to quote any recent examples of what you're talking about?
People are saying they post that.
No,
that
I'm
thing
talking about
after every
Arteta
game.
now. I'm talking about Arteta. Are you? Because I think this season he's worked on his persona in terms of.
Less of a wanker.
What's wrong with you today?
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Come on.
I could just say that. I could just say that about
Because
Mikel.
what he's saying, he's veiling it.
Give me
But
some
what he's
recent
saying is, you can't
examples
give
of
it
what
the
he's
big
talking
one
about.
if
I
you
thought-
don't win anything.
Bro, on Sunday I was watching Arteta's reaction after.
You never
the
heard
game.
of
I thought
faking
he
it
was
till you
very
make it?
measured.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now.
I thought he was very measured. Him and Pep had a warm embrace. There was no beef there. Them two men respect each other. To go back to my earlier point, Flex, what you're saying about certain fans doing too much, of course you're going to get that. The football fan base is
I'm
not
not
a
saying
monolith.
fans, I'm saying the club. Like it's a reflection. People
because
in the
they-
chat are saying,
the
"Oh, so
DJ
that's Arteta's
after,
fault." It's all
it's
part
the
of the same
DJ,
thing.
the
He would have known
cameraman,
that was coming out. It's part of
everything.
it. It is.
Right,
it is,
okay.
and he can put a stop to that, saying, "No,
Yeah.
don't put that."
Yes.
But they like the celebrity. What I'm saying is, it's
they
all
like
one.
it.
They're all one. So you can't now. when the social media team's doing that and then they've got the cameras. If a manager don't like it and he's got full rating, you go, listen, stop doing all that. Managers do that all the time. No social media for that, or we're doing too much for that. But what I'm saying is that's not happening because Arsenal are creating that whole all together and we keep moving in belief, which is not a bad thing.
So when Newcastle posted a picture of the ball after the game and they put conflict, do you think Eddie Howe had anything to do with that?
Probably, yeah.
It's probably elite.
Because they're also taking pictures.
Elite level shithousery.
Yeah, because they're also taking pictures in the.
Give it.
So then, if Newcastle go out of the FA Cup this weekend, so we turn around and say, "Oh, look, you celebrated too much. Trippier was doing all that. It happens,
but they did
bro.
get to a final. They got to a final, bro, and they
What have
never
they
win
won?
anything.
What have they won? It's
Sound
the
like
same
Tyler.
argument, though, isn't it?
They haven't
Is it
won
not the same
anything.
argument,
2007.
Flex?
Matty, I've
Flex,
got
is
your
it not
back,
the same argument? You're saying about, next level, this. What have Newcastle won?
Nothing.
They had their moment yesterday. I'm cool
Newcastle are
with
not
that.
Arsenal.
They've won 3 games.
Newcastle
Yeah,
are
but-
not expected to win the Premier League. They're not expected to challenge for the Champions League. They were happy to be there the first time in God knows how long last year.
Listen.
You can't compare your aspirations and where you should be to where Newcastle are. You can't be doing that. You're Arsenal.
Listen.
You're supposed to be winning like Turkish says, it's Invincibles, it's Tony Adams, it's Henry, it's Vieira, it's
Bobby
Petit.
Pires, yeah.
Just, do you know what I mean?
Just to provide a different perspective, I'm quite happy with Arsenal, to be honest. They're the culture club. They got the shiny media on the socials. It looks good. The kits
Nice
come out.
tracksuits.
The tracksuits come out. It's
forget
nice.
them.
It looks good, clean, fresh. Lovely drip coming out onto the pitch all the time.
Trefoil instead of the
They got
Adidas
some nice
logo.
hairline talents there that 5 years' time, if they don't win anything, Ala Madrid too.
Yeah.
So I don't know what we're complaining about. They're a lovely club, lovely institution. They just keep falling short. That's fine with me. You know, don't get too ahead of yourselves. Don't start winning significant honours and big
can't do
trophies. I can't have that. Just always leave them wanting more. You know, reel them in, but don't quite take
Of
them.
course, you guys have been really successful.
No. Hey. It's late.
Last
It's
25
late.
years,
It's
they've
late.
won as many trophies
So when-
as you've
so
ever
when-
won.
It's late. I'm just saying I'm very happy with
So
the
hang
way
on a
you
minute.
operate and the way that you
Okay,
you
fine.
almost get there, but you don't quite. I'm comfortable with that.
So
I'm happy
when
with that.
Klopp was there doing his little triple fist pump thing last season and they fell away, what was that? Was that
still
down
won
to
the
that?
trophy.
Serial winners,
No, but
though.
what happened then?
We're the most
Winners.
successful
No, but
club
what
in the
happened
country,
then?
brother.
No, but
That's
what
what you're not
happened
getting.
They swallowed it, didn't
We're
they?
the most successful
I've heard you
club.
say that yourself, that they swallowed it
But we
halfway
still
through
left
last
with
season.
something.
You could have won
We
the you
still
didn't
left
do
with
it.
something. What did you leave with?
You know what I mean?
Even
so
Spurs
Why
might
are
win
we
a trophy
encouraging them
before
to
you
be
do.
a serious force to be reckoned with? Why are we encouraging them
You
to be
wish you were
winners?
Liverpool.
You know, I don't get
Hell
it.
no. Hell no.
And the thing is, it's coming across like I got this gripe against. I actually like the culture that they're creating. I'm not saying that it's all bad. I'm not saying that. I'm saying there's a time when it really works. When it's like, listen, you go to Emirates on the wrong day. We've all been on the wrong end of it. Do you know what I mean? You get run
I
up
think
on
you're a
because
little bit
of
out of pocket
what?
blaming the manager. Though.
No, I'm
You
not.
know what I mean?
But I'm not
No,
though.
but
I'm
you're
not
saying
blaming
that the
him.
manager's
I'm not.
responsible.
No, I'm
No.
not.
And I'm trying to
not
tell
blaming
you
him.
what I'm
No.
trying to listen. What a lot of what you said are actually
Talking about
the
the
DJ,
whole
everything.
a
They
lot of
love
what you
it.
said. I agree with. I'm trying to make the point that it's not a monolith.
Should've
So I
got
don't.
Turkish on.
Well, whatever. But it's not, we're not a monolith, bro. You're always going to get people that take it too far. Some people weren't happy with it. Some people was happy to play into that. You saw Julian with the Stay Humble shirt on. That's not my style.
Yeah, of
But
course.
that's, you know what I mean?
But I'm
that's
not
what
saying it
happens.
speaks for
That's
you.
football fans.
I'm just
your
talking
club,
about
though.
the establishment of what's happened, of what Arteta has built. That's what it reflects. It reflects sometimes being really punchy and great, and that's what's good, that energy. And sometimes it comes across as probably did a bit
Do
too
you know
much.
what? I
there.
think
There
the
needs to be a bit
neutrals
of
that
middle
don't support Arsenal would say, do you know what? If you win a Premier League and you win a Champions League at some point, then yeah, of course you can go out and do that. You can do this and you can do the whole banter stuff. But if you haven't won a trophy for 5 years and it all falls down this time every year,
I think it's a nuance to
of
feeling.
course.
I still, and Flex agrees with me. What we did on Sunday, I don't have a problem with.
That doesn't have anything.
We
to do
were
with
we were
yeah.
triggered.
Separate
We
it,
were
separate
provoked.
it.
Exactly.
I agree with that.
But I do agree with you that we're not there yet. We're a long way off it. And I also agree that mentally yesterday we imploded. It's not
Yeah.
good enough.
All right, well, let's jump back into Super Chats. Just before we do, shout out to Newcastle. We can criticise
Yeah, exactly,
Arsenal all we
yeah,
want,
yeah,
but
that's a
like
good
the
point.
judges said, they did a number on you. They deserve to win.
And I hope they go on and win it. I hope
Well,
they go on and win
Listen, they might do. They
I hope
might.
they
I
do.
hope they do.
We know how it goes
Tell
for
you
them
what,
in
mate,
finals.
Hopefully they do.
We need to get to Wembley, mate. It's
Hopefully.
We need to try and watch this game.
Yeah,
Newcastle just taking that
I
trophy.
mean,
off
questions
either
will
of
be
you.
asked to
I
them.
wanna
They
be there for that.
Newcastle
got there a
versus
couple of
Shout out
years
Newcastle,
ago.
Imagine.
Couple of years ago they got there.
Yeah,
they
they
didn't
choked.
quite get it over the line.
There you
If
go.
they don't win it this time, people say, "Oh, you beat Arsenal. You're giving it all that." But
Maybe, yeah.
So
Yeah,
it
fair
happens.
play.
That's right.
Exactly.
And
What
then they have
goes
to
around
stand by
comes
that.
around.
Yeah, exactly.
We're football fans. We understand it.
Exactly. But yeah, we'll get into the Liverpool game tonight after a couple more super chats. I don't know why are you laughing. We've got to preview all the games, mate. It's the weekend preview show.
You're very subtle, but you're also very obvious in what you do. But anyway, carry on.
It says it in the sheet.
Carry on.
What does it say
Well,
there?
you're basically saying Laurie
Liverpool,
done here now.
Tottenham, second leg. You don't want to talk about that?
Yeah, we'll talk, man. Let's talk.
We'll turn
Let's
his
talk,
mic off
bro.
for that bit then.
Let's talk.
Couple more super chats. Well, looks like potentially no 50th trophy for the Arsenal, says Sai. Take your time with it, fellas. Bake for 45 minutes. Well, it's been 30. I hope that was good enough for you, Brian. Big up to you. Juno, Flex, Mud Brother. Your fans are dividing, and I'm here for it. Man United always the most entertaining team again.
They haven't even played yet.
Newcastle
Taking
have
the
been
dog, never
cooked
ignored.
on X after the game. The ball is the culprit. Stay humble, says Navin. Shout out to Andy Miles, who is now a gold level member. Good afternoon, gents. Happy Thursday. If you could pick one player from 2000 to 2010 for your side to play in now, who are you picking? That's a good question. Ooh, 2000 to 2010.
To play on my side.
As in like a
me
player
Ronaldo
that
back.
used to play for you, because it would be Stevie G,
Or any club.
2008.
Are we talking any club or just our own
Yeah,
club?
I don't know.
Henri.
Must be our own club.
Just give me
Must be
Ronaldo
Drogba.
back. Prime Ronaldo.
Surely Drogba. Lampard.
In this team, probably Drogba, yeah.
Yeah. Was Sanchez in goal, says D3V1. Awful mistake from Raya last night.
Yeah, it was. And that's another thing.
Rice.
He's been really good recently. Him again yesterday.
Lost his head.
Poor man.
Put Declan Rice under
Yep.
unnecessary pressure. His whole demeanour throughout that game was just...
This guy's
was just
name is
missing.
mad. Sir Pork Stick.
Where else?
It must be the ball. It must be the ball. Mikel Arteta. It must be the ball.
I must admit, I didn't
Do you know
like
who the
that.
real winners in that are? Puma. Right?
Yeah.
Because they've had their picture of the Puma ball spread everywhere now.
Yeah.
Arsenal go from being the gunners to the goners, says Sir Pork
Well, listen,
Stick.
if we go in and win the Champions League, let's hope that the
You're not going to win the Champions League, Laurie.
I hope they got me.
I
and you
said
just going.
if that. I said if, right?
Cameras are still rolling, right?
If we
Pardon?
If I go out with Rihanna,
What did we
right,
just
if I get
speak
married
about?
to Rihanna,
What-
it's not going to happen.
That just makes the whole first half an hour of this show
Redundant.
null and void.
Redundant.
The fact that we can have the conversation
Oh
that we
my
just
word.
had, and that is how you take.
I said
take
if,
that's
didn't
what
I?
you take from it.
If is
that
the
you're going to
biggest-
win the
Are you guys
Champions
listening
League.
to me or?
Don't even if.
I said
shouldn't
if we
don't
win the
even
Champions League, I hope that the apology is as loud as a disrespect. That's all I'm saying.
It's like
If.
it's like playing
If
a
you
game
get
show
to the
and one
semi-finals,
of the
you'll be
options
lucky.
are just
Well,
ludicrous.
we'll see,
It's
innit?
like of course, an orange isn't red. Like, what kind of silliness is this?
Oh my word! If we win the Champions League,
If. Last time I checked, we're still in it.
Oh, you're gonna find out.
Kathir, if we win the league, we must make a song with the word "Stay humble" and have it sung in the cop end, and we Guard of Honor. So that could happen. You could be doing a Guard of Honor on May the 10th for Anfield.
We didn't really speak about the bigger problem of Martinelli getting an injury as well, and the forward line just looking
Who's going to play there now?
ominous.
Ranieri,
Should- I'll tell
Trossard,
you,
Havertz. front
Ranieri's
three.
time,
That's
though,
it.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ranieri, Trossard, Havertz.
That's
front
it.
three.
That's
It's
what
not
they
like
got
you
left.
have 34 days
And
to
then they got
like
Sterling.
prepare
Great
for
depth.
this situation.
Insane depth. Now imagine how many injuries. Saka, Jesus, and Martinelli all injured, and they still got
Still
Havertz,
can't play Sterling.
Ranieri, Sterling, and Trossard.
Wealth of talent.
This is what I'm saying.
That's not going to win you a Champions
This is
League,
what I'm
mate. I
saying.
tell you.
We'll see.
Never want to see Salibavs and Van Dijk comparisons again, says Renzo. Do. Another one bites the dust, says Rinse Clear 05. Pavanjit. Laurie's takes are so bad. There's a reason his YouTube channel is spelt with 2 L's. It's actually just his initials, to be fair, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that's actually
He's
3
dead
L's.
welcome to it, man.
That is
It's cool.
3 L's against Newcastle now, unfortunately. You might have to go
Laurie,
LLL sport
Laurie,
now.
you can't be clocking in for days like this, brother.
Yeah. It's rude.
Big up
all
to you
good,
for holding it.
Wheeling you out to take this.
Listen,
you know
Yeah,
man,
man.
I've got broad
Teflon
shoulders,
done.
man, I can tell
what I
you.
mean?
It's got the
Bulletproof vest on under there. You know what I mean?
I've got broad shoulders.
Like
man,
Drake
I
with the
can
smoke
tell
coming out the back.
Dan Boyle. Mad to hear all this chat from the Arsenal fans before last night, and your team shit the bed, mate. Your so-called best defender, Saliba, he was like dancing on ice, getting spun. Remember, stay humble.
Who does he support, that guy?
Gordon. I think it's Arsenal. He's got an Arsenal picture.
No,
But it
he's
can't
not
be.
an Arsenal supporter.
Nasco, man like Bruno
But Saliba
G
would
doing
probably walk
kick-ups.
into the team that he's
Yeah, it's taking the piss.
Man like Bruno G doing kick-ups in a 35-minute. Newcastle were taking the absolute piss. And Flex, they showed us how to play 3 at the back at home.
This is more of a back five, though.
Yeah, it was a
They were
back
proper.
five. It was a back
Nate
did show
just
us.
sends in a quid. Big up to you, Eric. 800 million spent by Arsenal, and you sit here and compare trophy
800
cabinets with Newcastle. The deflection gene runs deep in this family.
Well, that's an inaccurate statement because it's not 800 million. But anyway, listen, man, it is what it is.
Nathan, bro,
Let's hope
besides
Newcastle
AGT,
go on and win it.
Yeah.
After all that talking they're doing now.
And
let's
if
hope
they
go
don't
on
win
and
it, you'll be saying, "Ha, hold that." You
No,
don't win it.
well,
That's on your logic.
Look at you picking on little old Newcastle.
Yeah,
The mighty Arsenal, man.
let's hope they
Yeah,
go
I mean,
on and win it
You've
now.
got the word "the" at the start of your name. You should be doing
Let's
that.
hope they go on and win it,
Nathan says, "Bro, besides AGT, can't nobody talk to us?" He's right.
Talk to who?
I don't even know.
Newcastle.
Arsenal, maybe.
Arsenal.
He's saying beside me, all you lot can't chat to whoever
Well,
he's
we're all the same. We're all not winning anything.
Yeah.
I mean, you've won more than
100%,
much.
100%.
Precise signs, Laurie, spelt wrong. Don't worry, every other club and fans are allowed to celebrate a win except Arsenal. The hate is real.
Not
Yeah.
true.
That is
Arsenal allowed to celebrate.
Kachinder says, "It must be the ball. It must be the ball. It must be the ref. It must be the ref." You know the rest?
Yep.
Mikel Arteta. Sai says, "Well done to Madrid's as well for reaching the Copa del Rey semi-finals. Pursue me like a dream," says Arsenal City. "We've got to move on with the show. Now that Arsenal are in the mud, it's different. You should come in alone and just rant about Liverpool." Black Wolf, "It must be the ball, Laurie. It must be the ball." Let's go on then to the second game in this Carabao Cup. It's Liverpool-Tottenham. It's the second leg at Anfield tonight. Tottenham 1-0 up from the first leg. Matisse, how do you view this game? We've heard you speak a lot about this kind of situation that Tottenham are going to find themselves in tonight. Yes, they're 1-0 up.
Yeah.
But just like there was at St James's last night, there's going to be a cauldron of fire.
Yeah.
And Liverpool are looking to score early and dump them out of the cup.
Yeah. I think it's quite conclusive, to be honest. I think it's quite simple. Liverpool win. Liverpool go through to the final. They haven't built up enough of a buffer. You needed to have a minimum 2-goal lead. And we saw that didn't work out last night. That's not enough. But in this situation, they've got injuries as well. There's no Solanke.
No Van der Ven.
No Van der Ven, no Romero still. They've got Tell maybe coming into things. They've got a couple of new signings, but they're still missing too many players. I think Maddison's out as well. So I just can't see them being able to sustain the energy levels needed. It's more about energy levels. Tottenham, we've seen as a team, if everyone's fit, technically they can go against top teams, Man City, whatever, and get a result. But when you have injuries and they're just wheeling out the same 11 week after week after week, they're going to gas out before Liverpool do at least anyway. And it's only a 1-0. Like 1-0 is nothing. Champions League final, you were 1-0 up in like 3 minutes. So what is 1-0 at Anfield? It's nothing. You're basically going there 0-0. You may as well.
What you said?
Yeah,
They've got nothing to hold on to.
You've got nothing to hold on to.
You're not giving them a chance.
No chance. And yeah, against Brentford, they
So you may as well have not scored. May as well not.
may as well not bothered. Honestly,
Don't
like
turn up.
they got to go with the same game plan they did against Brentford. They got to be airtight. They got to be defensively solid.
They showed a bit of adaptability in
they
that
did.
game.
They did. But I feel like with Ange, I don't know if you can trust him to do it week in, week out. Like that might have just been a little twitch. Like, oh shit, defensive solidity. And then he just reverts.
He wants to come away from that.
Yeah, man.
That's not who we are.
Yeah, and then he just shakes it all off. He's like, damn, man, I got to get that shit out of my system. And he just goes back to attacking and go back to revert to type. So for me, I just can't see anything
That is
but a Liverpool win.
all the Chelsea hatred coming through there.
That's not even hatred.
But no, I hear.
He hates Liverpool. As
Yeah,
well.
he does.
So-
I don't know. I got a feeling Spurs are not going to roll over as easy as we think in this game. I think they score.
I think
the game is 1-1, and then you go on to win it 3-1. Yeah.
If it's 1-1,
that means they've got 2.
then they go through. in
Actually,
normal
no,
time.
sorry. Yeah, I think they score, but you still win by the margin
by
you need
3-1.
by 3.
So
yeah,
we go through 3-2.
you go through
Right.
You
exactly.
think
That's
Van
what I'm
Dijk's going to let them do that?
I think they'll score. I think Spurs will score.
Alisson.
I just don't think they'll get slapped as everybody thinks. Usually, this is what normally happens because I've made the same mistake loads of times with Spurs. Oh, they're going to Etihad. It's going to be a massacre. Oh, they're going to Liverpool. It's going to be a massacre. And I know at the game at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, even going into that, I was going, no chance. They're going to get slapped tonight. And Liverpool had a bad performance.
I don't think they'll
they
get
didn't
slapped,
play well.
but Richarlison up front.
I don't know. I just think I don't. I think Liverpool. You're right. I think Liverpool go through. I just don't think it's going to be as easy as everyone says it's going to be.
Yeah.
I think Spurs will give a decent account of themselves.
I'm not at the game tonight. We're doing a watch along on the COP TV.
Oh, you're not
myself and Doyle, Scouse UK. I'm not going, but Mario's in the COP tonight.
Shout out
Mario has not lost a game in the COP for 9 years.
Jesus
that
Christ.
he's actually been there for.
Lord heavens.
The 2 times he went on holiday for a wedding in Italy, we lost to Leeds. And then he went away in September, we lost to Forest.
Ross.
So if Mario's in the cop,
That's some serious judge. That is.
job done.
Mario's in the cop,
Job done.
Yeah.
Fine.
All right. So you're
Yeah.
just happy. Just
I can-
off of that, you just know you're gonna win.
yeah.
I can see a 2-0 Liverpool win.
Yeah.
Like, nothing. It doesn't have
Yeah,
to be
it's-
anything
yeah, I
crazy.
get that.
It's just I just can't
It's
see
routine.
Tottenham.
It's routine.
It's Tottenham as well. Like, we need to remember the DNA. Like, they bottle it.
That's why I think they can score. They might do all right, and then they just collapse.
Like, do
I do
yeah.
think they score.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
You give
I
up
think
chances
they
as well. I
score.
think they score.
But
And
I
it's a
think
tight
we
game. You go,
score-
wow, it's
we
2-0.
score
I'll tell
at
you
least
what.
3.
Then Liverpool go, right, let's start playing.
Yeah.
Free.
Bish bash bosh. 10
So
minutes.
Boz likes
From 2-0
energy in
down.
that midfield.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Gravenberch, McAllister.
Do you know what? Spurs are going to score first.
Yeah, I actually agree with
Spurs are going to score first, and it's going to awaken the beast.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
Prod
the
the bear.
capitulation.
Yeah.
It'll be true
you.
Spurs
Oh, look,
fashion.
you're rubbish. Oh, please don't stop hurting us. That's what it would be. What do you think about the game tonight?
I think and I hope that Liverpool win. I think I disagree slightly with Matisse, although I do understand the logic, but I would disagree when you say that it's all about their energy levels. I think there is a clear disparity in the quality. Liverpool, way better team for me, and I think they'll just have too much in every aspect. Yeah, a couple of goals, 3-1, 3-0. Yeah, I think.
I would like to see the pause of the experiment of Diaz as the 9 for this game. I think with no Van der Ven, what would be Archie Gray and Ben Davis at the back?
Or the new defender.
Stick Nunes in
Danzo.
like, for
Put
minute
Danzo
1.
in there.
And then you can bring Jota on, you can bring Chiesa on, you can bring Diaz on, because I don't think he starts because Gakpo's on fire on the left. So I think you
What, you
start
just go
Nunes,
Nunes straight away?
and just go. Get him behind. Ben Davis versus Nunes in a foot race.
Physically as well.
I mean, he won't finish the chance. He'll get him
Yeah, he
behind.
might not tuck it
He
away,
might-
but
he
it'll
might
cause
pass it to
problems.
Salah
It's
and
the
then-
thought that
and then we
counts.
score.
Yeah.
I would say though that given that Liverpool are flying high, the fact we spoke about Spurs injuries, we've spoken about the disparity in the quality of the two teams. We talk about the atmosphere. If you don't win, that's got to be
Oh,
Shocking.
an
result.
all-time
100%.
big bottle
Spurs
job.
over 2 legs.
Yeah, if they're not
going
going
through
for
that,
it,
you can
that's
feel the wrath.
That is embarrassing.
And I know you can do the whole
So I
like,
hope you're
listen, we're
aware
top
of
of the
that.
Bigger
Premier
fish to
League,
fry,
top of the Champions League. Don't care about that little
Yeah.
man cup. All that.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
won it last year. You can say all that, but this would be a bad one if you
this-
don't.
But what? Okay.
This would be
But what
seismic
happens
if
if we
you-
win the Premier League and the Champions League? Do we
No,
look back
this
and
won't
say,
matter.
oh,
No, of
Yeah,
course
of course
it
it
won't
won't
matter.
matter. But on the night,
there
once
is
it
a
happens,
certain
you're
Abby
gonna get
Summers
cooked.
that will be here.
Yeah.
And she will get loud if you don't handle business tonight. The way she's strutting back into this studio, it's gonna be.
Well, do you know what?
It's biblical
I'm going
head
to
loss.
Thailand tomorrow, so it
No,
doesn't
you don't
matter.
care.
Hey!
To be honest, on a personal,
Hold that a
what I
bit.
want to happen is Liverpool to go out of this. So
So you
laugh.
can see the
And
You know
then
what I mean?
Newcastle
The
and the
that final.
Newcastle win.
I want to be going there as a neutral, eating food and being hosted in the whatever, so I can just see two teams who badly need this
Badly
trophy
need it,
and
yeah.
Spurs lose.
Yeah,
That's what I need to see.
If
That's
Liverpool
what I
don't
need
win
to see
tonight,
as a
there's nothing
neutral.
more I'd love more than
Newcastle.
This is
win.
actually what I'd love to happen.
Surely everyone
This
wants
is-
Newcastle
Matty
to win.
Renton.
But how about this, Flex? Right, people at home, let me know if you agree. If Liverpool lose tonight and it's Tottenham Spurs in the final, Newcastle win, right? So everyone can laugh at Spurs.
Yeah.
But here's the killer: May comes round and they win the Europa League.
Who?
Spurs. How funny would that be for Arsenal?
wow.
Oh my
Arsenal
word!
trophyless.
Yeah.
But no,
How
Man United.
funny
No,
would
we-
that
Far
be?
too much going on now. I'm afraid.
you're not.
Spurs,
You had me in the first half.
Spurs, Man
when you
United
said that
final.
Tottenham bottled it
No, we
at
can't meet in the
Wembley.
final. We're on course to meet in like the quarters, I think.
So you can't even meet in the final.
No.
Shame.
Yeah.
But
You had
yeah.
me until you said Spurs win at the end.
I know, but that's just my own personal one.
Yeah, it's just too
There's-
much.
There
It's
might be
far
people
too much
that
to
agree.
ask for.
Right, let's do score predictions for tonight. Then we'll start with Flex. 1-0 up Spurs. Don't forget.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Liverpool win 3-1 on the night and 3-2 on aggregate. So I think the game will be 1-1 at
That's
some
exactly what I said.
Yeah.
3-0 Liverpool.
3-0.
Yeah.
No goals.
It's Van Dijk. It's Konate there.
Yep.
Give me a break.
They were there in the first game.
The only
But now it's
player
serious.
out-
It's they're not
Anfield,
mucking
though.
about now.
Van Dijk's lost 3 games at Anfield.
They're not
in
mucking
7
about.
or 8 years.
It's Anfield on a
I think
cup.
Spurs are gonna do something.
Nah,
Nah,
man.
'cause
do
you-
something.
3-1, 3-1,
Come on,
Do
man.
something with
3-1,
what, brother?
I
3-1,
will
3-1.
go. I like the 3-1. I think there's an opportunity for them to score, which actually could work in our favour rather than in their favour somehow. Like I said, the atmosphere will be absolutely bouncing in there tonight. There's a trip to Wembley on the line. It's Arne Slot's first competition that he could win with Liverpool.
Exactly.
So, listen, man, I'm going 3-1, 3-2 on the night. Liverpool go through to the final. Me and Matty Renton battling it out to see who hosts at Box Park Wembley for the final. And I'm going for a Liverpool win.
Yeah, I'm going for Liverpool win. I'm also going 3-1. But here's the twist. I'm going, whereas you guys say they might score first, I think Liverpool will trounce them and they'll get a consolation goal.
Team.
So, yeah.
All right, let us know in the chat. We've got 4-1. We've got 2-0 Liverpool. Easy 3-0 Liverpool. We've got Spurs win, says George in the chat. We've got 4-1, 4-0 again. It could go anywhere, this game tonight, and I can't wait to watch it. Join us on the COP TV from 7:30. We'll be live. Myself, Scouse GK, and Freestyle DM. Sino sends in a message to say he's a member. Big up to you. We have got the DR Sports membership link, the members club, here in the poll, in the chat, sorry. So do click that. You can become a member. And just before this episode was filmed, we just filmed something for the members, and it's funny. So make sure you go on there and you become a member. Marmo says, imagine if Spurs win the Europa League and the Carabao Cup and Asna end trophyless again.
Spurs double
the
winners.
Scenes at DR Sports. Surely Arteta would have to go if that happens. Laurie says Mamo.
Sounds like wishful thinking on that person's part.
Wishful is putting it.
But what would you actually do if they won 2 trophies
That's
this
not
year?
going to happen, bro.
I know it won't happen, but what would you actually
No,
do?
but I mean, the question becomes...
It's null and void, isn't it?
Exactly.
Wow.
So it's
What
not
happens
gonna
if you fly?
I mean,
What happens if you touch the sky? There's no point answering.
What
It ain't
happens
gonna
if
happen.
flying pigs are in the sky?
what happens if Arsenal win the Champions League? What happens then?
Well, that's also not necessarily.
You don't even, hypothetical. You guys helped me through a tough 2024. Thank you, says Medical Bunker. Big up to you each and every time. Dan Boyle is a DR Sports member now. He's gifted us a membership, so shout out to him. Black Hole says 4-0 to Liverpool. Spurs are not scoring at all. Mark my words, says Black Hole. Liverpool obviously coming off the back of a clean sheet away at Bournemouth as well. So, let us know. Will Ange taste defeat at Anfield tonight? Let us know in the chat. Let's look ahead then to the FA Cup fixtures. Manchester United versus Leicester. This is weird for Ruud van Nistelrooy. He's going to be back at Old Trafford, but he took over temporarily at United, beat Leicester in the league and the cup, went to Leicester, and now he's back at Old Trafford as Leicester manager, trying to not lose heavily, because that's been the story of his time there so far.
Man. Leicester fans
Did you say trying to not lose heavily?
I think he should be trying to get out of that competition.
Yeah.
Well, if they can.
It can be a distraction. Listen, I spoke to a few
Friday
Leicester
night
fans.
kick-off this one, Flex.
Spoke to a few Leicester fans. They're on to Ruud, man. They're on him. Like, obviously,
Really?
they beat Spurs, but they were booing
What
a
did they
couple
really
of-
expect?
Exactly. It's a difficult job. Really, really difficult job. And there should be no excuse. I don't care how bad the Man United team is. I don't care. There's
Worst
no,
of all time.
exactly. There you go. So if they're the worst of all time, I don't care. They should still be going through to the next round.
Yeah.
You know, after going and beating Arsenal with 10 men in their own backyard and putting, the FA Cup specialist out.
Listen to this, son. This is the same man that was
happen?
literally hiding in the days leading up to the game. But
Did it happen?
Hey,
You did beat us on penalties. Well done.
Did it happen?
Yes.
Right.
You did beat us on penalties.
One day you can't
And
believe.
we are just trying to defend our trophy because we're actually the current holders as well.
Yeah.
So,
And we are tonight as well.
know.
We're the current holders. Of
There you
Carabao.
go.
Well, we know a
So-
thing or two about winning the FA Cup.
That's
I
what
think
I'm saying.
we're the
Which is
record
why it's a
holders
big
as
scout
well.
for us to
Right,
knock
trophy
you out
that.
on your home patch.
And we knocked you out
10 men.
last year. Hold
The
that.
worst Man United team of history.
know
Like you
what?
just said, came to the Emirates.
No, your manager said that.
knocked them out.
Your manager
Which we, yeah,
said
but we
that.
all
bro.
agree with it because it's
true.
true.
It's true.
Oh, okay.
It's
I'm
true. It's a
saying-
fact.
That's not my words.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Because I grew up
So
when
that's
Man
my point.
United were
Exactly.
like
So did I.
Mount Rushmore.
So did I, Laurie.
This man
And-
says
and
you're
this
the
man
worst
said
of
he
They
all
got
time.
Mount. They do have Mount.
Exactly.
Ain't
And
got
we've been
Rushmore.
rushing him more times to the hospital as well.
Yeah. Damn straight.
But I tell you something.
But you did
That's
beat us
the
on
real
penalties,
Mount
you're
Rushmore.
right.
But we did
We're talking
beat you.
about Mount Rushmore.
So what I'm saying
You
is,
did beat us on
to
penalties.
beat the mighty Arsenal, the all-time FA Cup holders at their ground with 10 men, with the worst Man United team ever. What I was gonna say is, you better make sure you beat Leicester City at home in the following
Exactly.
round. That's what I will say.
100% fair play.
Will it be easy? Will it be a routine night? It's Man United, so I don't know. Probably not. I thought when we played against Southampton in that league game, it would be a routine win. And it
Is
wasn't.
that the game's at your place, right?
The game's at our place, which is usually worse. We can't buy a win at home. But I just think Leicester are so bad, and like you said, Matisse, they got other priorities to try and stay in the division, so it might even change a few players as well.
Yes, yeah.
And even so, we should be beating Leicester. To go
Should
through
be.
to the next
should
round.
be.
I'd be
So-
disappointed if Ruud approaches it that way. I think he should just go
I
at
think
him.
he'll go for it, but
This
there's
leaving
not,
players
I
out
just
thing.
think But what I will say
Give
is
the fans
obviously
something to shout about.
Amorim, the Premier League is where. Listen, the experiment. You can, if you want to. We're not doing anything in the league. We can't get above onto page 1. We're not going to get relegated. So it is what it is. If you want to try Copa Main up front, you want to try thing. The cups is where we cannot afford any mix-ups. So don't be trying anything now. Just play a striker. Play Cobby in the 10 for me. Put him back to, like, I want to see this experiment properly with Cobby in the 10 after Stal Bucharest on Thursday night, which is where he should have played on Sunday against Palace, but he didn't. Just choose one of Xerxes or Højlund. I don't care which one. There's not much between. But I'll probably say Xerxes because at least he got a decent touch. Sometimes he can hold the ball better than Højlund can. I'll probably say just play a striker, play Kobbie Mainoo in the 10 position, and then just go from there. But
how much did he pay for Rasmus again?
72.
Rising 72, but it probably won't because he's been shit, so we won't have to pay that.
Fair. Just send him back. There was a press conference this morning. United boss Amorim said Lisandro Martinez will be out for a while. The club does not know how long for yet. It's an ACL injury. It's a difficult situation. Also, Luke Shaw injured again whilst being
didn't even come back. It's not even
it's a
again.
small issue in a different area. We have to be careful with him. But he did say on Patrick Dorgu and Aidan Heaven, they are ready to play. Yeah. We'll see. You guys have to wait until tomorrow, but they're ready to play, and there are 2 more solutions in this moment. We know the urgency of the moment of the team. Everyone here doesn't want to make the same mistakes of the past. In the summer, we will see. But like I said, we're being very careful with transfers because we have made mistakes in the past. Would you want to see the new lads play?
Well, it's got so bad at Man United, especially with the forward line as well. People are saying just give Chido Obi-Martin a chance. Get him in first team training. Have a look.
How old is he?
18.
Oh, he's ready to go.
Yeah, and he's coming. And what's ironic is he's been in the same team last year as Lewis Skelly, as Ethan Nwaneri. He's in the same team doing the same bit. So if you put him in the first team,
very highly
he's
thought
clearly
of
operating at a high level. He's smashing all the goal records. So there's a thing there.
There's a lot of people that ask.
Why don't you at least have him on the bench?
That's what I'm saying. He hasn't even got into starting. He hasn't even got into first team training yet. So,
really?
But now it's got that bad. I'm saying let's have a look.
Yeah, you have to.
The same with Heaven as well. Like he was on. He played against us on top.
Yeah, he was on the
SoFi
tour, wasn't he?
Stadium. He started. And he's been on the bench in the Champions League. I've
He
seen.
had a couple of dodgy moments on that tour, actually.
Yeah, he got rinsed by Højlund, and then he scored out of all people. But then after that, he was good.
Yes.
But no, Dorgu for me, we need to get this kid straight in, mate.
Straight into 11.
Obviously, there's pressure and stuff in it. Like you can't expect the kid to sort everything.
It's Leicester, innit? Like
just play him.
Get straight in.
But probably off the bench.
8 o'clock kickoff this one on a Friday. Not the most ideal time to play an FA Cup game, is it?
Nah, dude. Do you know what? Whatever. I'd rather get out of the way, have my weekend. To be fair, don't matter to me. I'm always driving up and down to Manchester 6-hour round.
Are you confident?
Don't bother me.
So are you driving back after that game tomorrow
like I
night?
always
So
do,
you'll get back at 3.
About that 2 a.m.
2 or 3.
But then I got the weekends.
Mileage, mate. Yeah, exactly. So get it out of the
So
way.
I don't mind.
Right. You know what answer? What question I'm going to ask now? Score predictions for this one. There's a place in the fifth round up for grabs, and obviously you are the holders. So this is a competition.
My
United
trophy
will have to go strong in. And my trophy currently.
Say that.
Yeah, League
Currently
Cup is my trophy.
Yeah.
Which one's
It's
yours?
our trophy.
It's
We're
not
the record
because
holders.
we currently own it. You don't.
You knocked them out this year.
You're not even in it. You're not even in the competition,
We're
mate.
record holders.
You're not even in
So
the
until you surpass
competition.
that, it's not your trophy.
Until you get back in the competition,
Record
which will be
holders.
next year.
Don't forget.
Yeah, then you can start
In the
talking.
white kit as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
You're currently not in the competition.
And you knocked them out this year. We knocked them out last year.
Yeah, Man City I think
Pretty
knocked you out the year
sure-
before that.
Yeah.
So
how is it? It just
it's not really your
Anyway, it's
trophy
not
anymore,
about
is
you.
it? You're
Score
just
prediction.
giving it to everyone else.
Yeah.
For now.
My trophy.
2-0 Man United.
2-0 United. Matthias.
3-0 United.
3-0. I'll go 3-1 Manchester United into the 5th round quite comfortably.
Yeah, I'm inclined to go for a 3-1. Vardy will probably get one and do some little house routine.
You might not even play. You might get rested.
They should rest him.
No.
But are you up front?
They should rest, honestly.
I mean, they've got to try and stay in the league, man. They're struggling.
They're not going to win the FA Cup.
No.
They're not.
But
And he can't play. No, and he can't play 2 games a week.
They should rest.
Oh no, but he's got a whole week off. To be fair,
They should still rest.
Red Bull. That'll probably
should
see him
reflect.
through.
he's got a week off. He might play.
They
Actually.
should
You
reflect.
know what? Shout out to Jamie Vardy, though, man.
What a guy.
Still doing his team, man. He's in a poor team as well, let's be honest.
Right, Manchester United Leicester ticked off. Leyton Orient versus Manchester City. I mean, I think the neutral would love a cup upset here. Leyton Orient, as we know, proper football club, East London. But I can't see anything other than maybe an initial flurry of energy and passion from Orient. But as the game progresses, surely the The City quality just shines.
It's going to be a heavy defeat.
You reckon? Yeah.
Yeah. It's 4.
It was a heavy defeat in the last round as well.
Is he going to rest as well, Pep?
Don't matter what.
We're going to see Victor Reese.
Actually, yeah, that might be tough for them kind of man coming into.
Yeah, I want to see
them environments there down at Leyton, Orient.
Yeah,
I mean, cold.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he might mess about like that. I think he'll just play the proper man with a few changes here.
We're going to see Gonzalez debut from Porto.
Potentially, he could be around for that one. I think
could be an interesting one.
Meat and drink, man. City 4-0.
City
4-0. Orient piece, man.
Yeah,
bottom of the champ, trying to hang on for dear life in the champ.
The bottom of the champ.
This is.
I don't know if they're rock bottom, but
this is Barry Hearn's
team,
trying
to hang on in
there.
Barry Hearn
still involved. Is he still involved?
Eddie Hearn's dad, pretty sure.
Yeah,
but score prediction, Matisse.
I will go with they're actually in League One.
Oh, League One.
Yeah, League One.
Sixth. I'll go with a.
Doing all right then.
I'll go with a 3-0 City win.
3-0. I'll go 5-1 City.
As long as they exercise a degree of humility, which that's been taught to them now, there should be 4 goals. Yeah.
4.
Yeah,
You're
4 goal swing. 4 goal swing.
Big up in the chat. What have we got prediction wise for this one? We've got 5-0, 10-0 Leyton Orient. I'm not sure about that. 7-0 or something silly, says Double Digital.
Yeah.
City will get the easy road to the final, says Rasmus Winther Hoyland. Big up to you. 5-0 City, 7-0 City, 3-0. Probably a little bit more of a humble scoreline, that one. But listen, I think they go through fairly easily, so big up to them. Next up, Brighton versus Chelsea. Brighton, don't forget, are on the back of losing 7-0. Hurtzler needs a reaction. It's under the lights. It's 8 o'clock Saturday night. Obviously, there is a bit of needle between these two teams in the last couple of years. It's 8 o'clock, mate.
Fuck.
Cancel plans, mate.
Yeah,
just doing a little 3 p.m. untelevised thing.
3 p.m. Liverpool.
Emma's booked dinner, innit? Now you got to cancel.
I thought it was a 3 p.m. I'm gonna have to check my notes.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Anyway, talk to us about this game, man. This is listen, you said at the start of the season you wanted the FA Cup. This is the trophy that you wanted.
Yeah.
But that isn't an easy draw in the 4th round, Brighton away.
No, it's not. But at the end of the day, you have to take on whatever comes your way, and we have to win. We've robbed half of their resources from their.
Haven't robbed. You paid good money.
Well, some of them is
Overpaid, if anything.
Yeah.
They've robbed us.
Yeah, they've robbed you.
Sanchez and all sorts, scouts and directors and managers and players, and so we have to beat them. It's the Clear Lake Derby. You know what I mean? This is everything for us, and especially in a knockout game where, like you said, we have to win a trophy. I'm not really counting the Conference League as anything serious. I think it's a NA. It's a null and void. If we're gonna win it, in my opinion, because the quality, the disparity between the teams.
You didn't win that trophy.
But that would just be a disgrace to the sport. Like the disparity between the quality of the teams is too large for me to be looking at that as like success. I think we need to win the FA Cup. We need to right all of the wrongs at Wembley over the years. We've lost so many games at Wembley.
To who?
Don't make it about you, okay? We also lost to Leicester. We also lost to Arsenal, right? It's not always about you.
Well said, Matthias.
So we lost a lot of games there. It used to be a great place for us. Didier Drogba, finals, Arsenal.
Used to be cash
Man
money,
United,
Chelsea
cash money.
Mate.
You know what I mean? We used to love it. Now we hate it. So I'd love to rectify that, but you got to get past Brighton, and Brighton are just a mixed bag.
Don't know what you're gonna get.
You don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know what you're gonna get from them. They got some good players. I don't know if. I mean, they probably will take it quite seriously because they're kind of in the middle of the table. They're probably not going to get Europe. They're definitely not going to get anywhere near relegation zone. So they'll go full strength, and we have to match that. We have to go full strength. No resting, no rotation. I want Cole Palmer in that team. I need Caicedo in that team. I need everybody in that team. This is a big game. One of our biggest games of the season. Because if we go out after going out early to Newcastle in the previous cup, then you go out in this cup, and you're not guaranteed top 4. Champions League qualification, you got to fight for that. That's a very, very disgusting season. That's nasty. It's nasty work. So
pressure's on.
Score prediction then?
I'll go over 2-1 Chelsea win.
2-1 Chelsea.
That's kind of my fallback.
I'm going Brighton.
FA
3-2.
Cup, does it go extra time or straight to pens? I know the League Cup goes straight to pens, but there's no replays.
What did
There's
we
no
do?
replays.
What did we do?
We had extra time.
Yeah, and penalties.
Oh yeah, so we had
extra
extra
time and pens then. You don't want that, do you?
God, no. I want this
do
wrapped
not
up
want
in
that.
90 minutes.
Yeah.
Some people saying we should rest Caicedo because if he gets injured. Listen, this is why the January window is a failure. We had an opportunity to recall some quality so we could play them in this game and not have a massive drop-off. We didn't do that. So I'm not playing players that are not good enough to play this game.
He's former Brighton man, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm not personally. I wouldn't play players that are not good enough to win us this game. We already saw what happened at Newcastle in the cup. We need to win this game. Yeah, we made wholesale changes. So that's the risk we've ran.
And playing a team that just got licked 7-0.
Yeah,
is
that's what happens.
Trust me, I know. They're a force to be reckoned with the very next game. So
we're in the business of winning trophies.
They're going to want to bounce back from that. The same way how it was Forest who got licked 5-0 the week before, and then they went and licked Brighton 7-0. I feel like that's going to be a really difficult. They're going to be up for it because that's not acceptable to go and lose 7-0 like that.
No,
how they did because Brighton are a good team on their day. I know they're up and down, but to go and lose 7-0 the way that they did was shocking. So Hurtzler will be demanding a response, and that's why I'm going Brighton 3-2.
All right, okay.
I'm gonna just chime in on that. I'm going for the upset special. I think that Brighton, like you said, they're a decent team on their day. It just got slapped. I understand that Hurtzler's under a bit of pressure from the fans. I listened to a few phone-ins at the weekend, man calling for his head and that. So I think he'll go strong. They need a result. They're at home. Chelsea, bit flaky, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you know what? I think
see a lot of goals as well.
I'm going Brighton, man. 2-1.
2-1. I'm going 2-2 after 90 and Chelsea to win on pens or in extra time. Jeez. And just to confirm, I know there's a bit of a change this season to the extra time penalties. In the Carabao Cup, there will be extra time and there will be penalties if it's still needed. But there will be 30 minutes at the end tonight. Liverpool, Tottenham, and for the FA Cup as well, there will be extra time.
You won't need it, will
if they need. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. So we've all done our score predictions for that now, haven't we? Next up on the list, I've got Plymouth versus Liverpool. Don't know if I've mentioned it, but I'll be watching this in Thailand, in Bangkok, in Fitzgerald's bar.
You're going away?
Big up, I am, mate. Away from you. Can't wait.
Wow.
Plymouth, do you know what? I watched them on Sky. They were on Sky at the weekend. I think they played Preston North End, and I think they've lost a few. Obviously, it's not been great there since Rooney left and since he was in charge there as well. But they did get a win against Preston North End, a massive win. And do you know what? You can't underestimate this team, you know. I know it's Plymouth and we can all make a laugh and a joke about Cornish pasties and whatnot, but seriously, Liverpool faltered in these kind of games before where you assume and you think, that's an easy win. That's a tough place to go to.
You ain't losing to
Come on.
I don't think we'll lose, but what I want to ensure is...
give you a
but
game.
hang on. What I want to ensure is
Tough place to
FA
go.
Cup 4th round, Sunday 3 o'clock against a small team
Proper
like Plymouth.
FA Cup,
That's horrible, mate. I'd much rather play them at Anfield than away.
I think you're talking up a bit, man. Come on. It's
You-
not,
do you
it's-
understand
You should
what
be
I'm
fine.
saying,
I get
though?
what you're saying. You know, having a Waterloo vibes, couple of goals scare, and then still going.
Wow,
with
that
it.
was
But
a long
Oh, they're
day.
bottom
Do you know
of the
what I mean?
championship.
that's who I got confused with.
They're
the
bottom.
first.
Plymouth.
Yeah, they're
last-
bottom of the championship.
What was that team we were saying?
No, I still think we'll win the
Leyton
game.
Orient.
Leyton Orient.
Yeah.
I got confused with that.
Yeah.
Plymouth
no,
as
but
well,
it's the
mate.
way you
National League, mate.
with respect to Plymouth.
No, but
tough
that's what I'm
place
trying to
go.
do.
It doesn't quite
I
cut
am
it.
respecting them.
They
It's a
need
tough
to
place
respect
go.
themselves. They're bottom of the championship.
Yeah, but listen, man.
bro.
We've been
Well,
hurt in
we're
this.
the neutrals. We
Listen,
can tell you'll
listen.
be fine.
Harvey Elliott's gonna come out and do what he does and strut his stuff, bang in some long ranger, and off he goes. You know what I mean?
Alex, if Liverpool are what you say they are, and you're
That's true. Talking about all
yeah.
the things.
Yeah,
And it's like,
fact.
it's day.
Right,
Yeah.
you're
Women at
playing
the top
the
of
team.
best team in the
That's-
world,
yeah, yeah.
running up Movado tunes
Yeah,
and all them
yeah.
things.
Best
there.
team in Europe, top of the league.
You shouldn't even be like
Yeah.
previewing this game.
Best team in the country. Best team in Europe. Salah.
That's true.
given that what you've said, if you don't smoke them, it's
Of course,
it's-
and I actually agree with you. I think in the end Liverpool win convincingly. But what I was trying to make is, if you are complacent in these teams that are fighting
You mean
at
if
the
you don't
bottom of the
stay humble?
championship, yes, exactly, you can slip up in these
Yeah,
games for sure. So listen, for Plymouth,
Is Rio
this
going to start?
You know, maybe.
I love mentioning Rio.
Obviously, he started against Accrington Stanley and it was fantastic. Do you know what, though? Apart from Accrington Stanley and the game against PSV, Arne Slot hasn't played like a rested team or a changed-up team. He doesn't do that. It's not really his style. So we'll see what happens.
You
man.
I would
played
imagine
today.
that
Is it a Sunday game?
Sunday, 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
the Plymouth board members are probably a bit peed off in it. You draw Liverpool, you think, at least if we drew them at Anfield, we'd get big
Yeah.
cash
Cash
injection.
money.
But what do
they're
you
playing
do?
them at home?
But what do those clubs actually prefer? Do they prefer the trip to Anfield?
Yeah, of
Obviously,
course,
the players probably
financially.
would. But would you
Fans.
also? Yeah, the fans at home as well.
Yeah, the
you
fans
know?
The
would
board
prefer at home.
definitely want that game at Anfield because they're thinking we're going to lose
Well,
anyway.
maybe there should be.
you take the cash.
Well, maybe there should be a thing where when the draw happens, the clubs in the lower division get to pick if it's home or away.
It doesn't work like that.
Why?
Because then it can get really messy in terms of.
It could do.
You can't.
Yeah, I see where you're going. There's a potential for
there.
that to get.
Because there's still the home team will still have the advantage for being at home, no matter who you're playing.
Yeah.
But for Plymouth, it's
protect
we
the
did play them
football
once, and this is why I said what I said, because we played them in 2017, right? Drew 0-0 at Anfield, and then we had to go and beat them away in the home
Liverpool
in the
team
replay.
At that time
it wasn't great.
Exactly.
Lucas Leiva was the captain on the night.
That's
Ben
what
Woodburn.
I'm saying. So I'm saying if
Origi.
Liverpool are what you say they are now,
How have you made a Plymouth
it's
Liverpool?
not an argument.
In that,
I can't believe we're still on it.
yeah, we'll move on then.
I still
2-0 Liverpool.
I'll
It doesn't matter, does it? Who do they play?
we've got to get through the show as well. 2-0 Liverpool.
Exactly.
What are you going with?
5.
5.
Yes. Plymouth,
5-0.
4-0.
4-0.
At least 4 goal swing. I mean, like Matisse said, it's night and day. Night and
Yeah,
day.
light work then.
No disrespect. If anyone Plymouth fans watching, I'm just keeping it real.
Yeah.
Liverpool should smoke them.
Now hold that, man. You're bottom of the championship.
Yeah.
A bit harsh, isn't
So
it?
angry, man.
No,
Big
man,
up
fix
Rodders,
man.
who says
Bottom of
Hope
the
AGT
championship.
does not even come back from Thailand. That's
Right.
nice,
That's a
isn't
bit.
it?
That's foul.
Yeah.
No, we want you back.
Red
safely.
card.
Nah.
There's something
Big up,
rather
bro.
50 cent.
I'm not gonna lie. While you're gone, though, we ain't talking about Liverpool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I'll do that.
Amazing.
That's fine.
Unless they lose.
Big up.
Yeah.
Next up, Villa Tottenham, a game that was actually a League Cup fixture not too long ago as well. So Tottenham have drawn Villa twice now in the Cups.
Tied around.
Yeah,
game,
it's
this.
definitely the tie of the round. I was looking at the rest of the fixtures, Laurie, and I'm looking through them. It is the tie of the round for sure. But West Ham, obviously they'd like a win. Aston Villa, obviously they'd like a win as well. What happens in this game, Flex?
West Ham.
Sorry, what am I on about? Villa and Tottenham.
Oh,
I
sorry.
apologise. It's actually the 5:35 kickoff on Sunday.
Villa put West Ham out in the previous round.
Yes.
That's correct. Sorry, I got that wrong. But what happens in this game?
Chance for Marcus Rashford to come straight in.
Wow, he's got to play.
If Ollie
surely.
Watkins is a bit injured as well, may as well just throw Rashy up front, you know.
He's
Do you know
not a
what I'm saying?
striker, though, is he?
Well, he's not. But in that team, playing in good transitions, aggressive team, just running behind, would
Yeah.
give you chances. You got Morgan Rogers, he'll find you. You got Tillemans, he'll find you. You got Jacob Ramsey on the left, who'll put in a good shift. So if Watkins is injured, I'd just throw Rashy up front. Don't know what sort of nick he's in though.
Yeah.
We don't know.
He hasn't played in ages.
He hasn't played in ages, and
Yeah.
obviously he's been doing first team training, which Amrim said's been dead. He's hardly not training properly, according to Amrim. Obviously, Rashford will argue something else. So we don't know what sort of shape he's
I
in.
did see the picture that he took. It could be the light in or whatever, but he looked like
He just didn't have a
facially
tra- he
looked
just
like he
have a
put
tra-
on a
he
bit
just
of
didn't have a
weight.
shape up in a
No,
gym,
I'm
like-
talking facially. Looked
Saying
like
he looks a bit
Yeah,
overweight.
people kept saying
that's what I'm just
No,
saying.
a lot
That's
of
how-
people online were saying
Yeah,
it. I didn't
yeah.
really. I just thought he just didn't have a trim in it and whatever. But we'll see.
We'll see.
Now we're all gonna see what Rashford's
What
on.
you've been seeing.
What he's. Well, we might not see what
might
we've been
not.
seeing.
It's a
He
good
might-
move
he
for him,
might-
right?
He might be doing this as quick as anything. Do you know what I mean?
It's a good move for him. Yeah?
It's a brilliant move for Marcus Rashford. Brilliant. Like, not easy to displace Jacob Ramsey. He's playing out of his skin.
Yeah.
Not easy
That's
to
a
get
very
in the head of Ollie
competitive
Watkins.
squad, yeah.
There's Asensio's now come there as well. They still kept Leon Bailey.
Marlon
They've
there.
got
Marlon.
Donyell Marlon, they signed him.
Oh, yeah.
John McGinn in the big game sometimes can play on the left when they want to be a bit more reserved, or he's an engine in there.
Yeah.
Like, it's not easy for Rashford to just go and say, I'm Marcus Rashford, M10, whatever.
Play
Do you know what
me.
I'm saying?
He's actually
So,
M9 now.
M9.
MR9.
And the Villa fans, notoriously, they're quite demanding them, man.
Very demanding.
Yeah,
but they will
As
take
they
to,
should
but
be,
the
yeah.
beginning, the good thing about Villa fans is because they're in a good moment and they've bolstered their squad
Yeah.
when they didn't think they would, they're going to be on the up. So they will get behind him. They will give him all the... If Marcus Rashford doesn't succeed in this loan phase here, there can be no more questions.
Do you think you can do a Jesse Lingard? Remember when Lingard
Absolutely.
went to
West Ham.
Yeah,
Ham,
I
sorry,
do.
yeah.
I'm in. I don't know if I'm in the minority. It'd be interesting to see what everyone's saying in the chat. I think he's going to do well. Some people are saying, nah, his attitude, he ain't doing nothing, man. He's just waiting there till he goes Barca. A guy thinks he's this and rare. I actually think with Unai Emery, they're playing on the front foot. I got a feeling he'll do right. If he does, there's huge pressure on Marcus Rashford.
You know what? I'm going to say this.
Huge
Yeah. I've
pressure.
said a lot, like you will attest to this, because me and you've spoken many times off camera about Rashford. I've been very critical of his attitude and stuff like that. You know, the whole America thing. I think sometimes he doesn't read the room. That being said, though, I respect him as a player. And I hope it goes well for him, man. Seriously. He could be, I wouldn't say he's in that last chance saloon, but this is big for him. He needs
it's
to.
not far off last chance.
Yeah, he needs to.
You've been inactive
Exactly.
for a long while. People are questioning your your mentality, your behaviour off the pitch, your consistency on it. This is make or break for Rashford. Because if he has a poor time at Aston Villa and he gets to the summer, who's going to come in for him? Exactly, who's going to want to take him out of that situation at United? He needs to go there and play out of his skin so that this plethora of options that he wants, where he wanted to go Barca, he wanted to go AC Milan, the dream and all that, you need that man to come back in for you, bro. So you better perform.
On a lot of levels. I mean, even so far as not just for his personal, but for England as well.
Yeah, if you've got aspirations to do all that, you better start playing.
Yeah. For the impact he made when he first come on the scene and the vibe he had, it's kind of sad to see how he's fallen. I hope he does well.
I honestly, I think that England ship is sailing very quickly,
fast.
Like,
look what Gordon's doing.
Look at Gordon. Look at
I think
Rodgers.
it's already sailed, to be honest.
Look at Rodgers.
No, we got a new manager now, and
new manager's not stupid. New
manager, but what I'm saying is, a new manager will always clean slate thing.
Yeah, but that's why Rashford has to start delivering.
That's
them.
right.
He's right. If you don't deliver, it's almost like the Sancho thing. I know we always think about it, but you're not lighting it up enough to start getting back in England. So you're not doing enough.
England got a lot of good young talent.
Fading, bro. These youngsters are coming.
You know, a lot of good young talent. England, man.
Yeah.
It's not.
Reference Sancho. How's he doing at Chelsea, do you think, as a Chelsea fan? What do you think?
Okay.
Just okay?
Not
Just
enough,
okay.
though. You haven't seen enough, have you, at all?
I want much more of a goal threat.
Yeah. He looks like a moments man.
He's got a much better shot on him than he gives himself credit for. He doesn't take enough shots because he's actually a good shooter. But what are you doing?
What's he doing? He's not shooting a lot. Not shooting a lot.
Flex, man.
You want more. You feel like, is it that you look and you just feel like, I think you can give a bit more. Do you feel like there's something more inside that you just need that? Do you feel that sometimes? Do you get a bit frustrated?
Oh, I can't be asked.
Yeah. No, I'm just asking. I'm just asking. He knows, you know. He knows as well. It's because he knows. I told him from day one. I said, Matisse,
and this is
some
what
games where you might take a little pop shot. It's going in the corner. He's fine. Little finesse. You know what I mean? And the guy, nah.
Bro, this is what he's been saying to Arsenal fans about Havertz. You've been doing the exact
same thing.
This is football. You know the player.
When you know the player, you know the player.
I
Your emotions
hate
get
anyone.
So Villa fans right now, Man United fans know the player. Villa fans though, they don't.
Yeah.
They're about to get
do you know what else
emotionally
is funny?
involved.
Actually, it's not funny, but I have found this interesting. So before we get back on task, I've seen a lot of Villa fans online basically not understanding what it means that you have Marcus Rashford in the football club.
You might as well.
I spoke to Dan Bardell loads about it, but they're starting to like quote retweet. Oh, for God's sake, stop talking about Rashford. Whoa. No disrespect to Villa, massive football club. I'm not going to disrespect them and say Marcus Rashford's bigger than your football club, but having a player like him, with what that comes with, every press conference, your team could win really comfortably, and Marcus Rashford was on the bench. They're going to ask Unai, why was Rashford not playing? Get used to it, Villa fans. Get used to it, This is what it is. You've got a big name, a big brand.
Seen the views that the videos have done
the
since
views,
he's come
your
in.
social media is going to go up.
I've seen
your
Villa fans are like, I'm sick of this already.
Yeah, exactly. So don't moan. Unai wanted him. Remember, he said, Monchi, go get me Marcus. So that comes with a lot.
I think that could be quite an astute bit of business from Villa's point.
It could be really good. They've got an option 40 million as well.
Yeah.
But if he does perform and he does pick it up and he does, get in the circles of maybe getting back in the England squad, who does that look worse for? Is it United or is it Rashford?
I think here's the thing. There's two sides looking at it. If he goes there and starts running around, putting in all mad effort and all of that, you can say, Man United's a problem. But you can also say, well, as a pro, why were you not training properly? Why were you not? Me as a United fan, I'm just so at peace at understanding that relationship is severed. Like, it has to end. They have to. So I'm not even like, because what will happen is now, which I hate, they tried to do it with Sancho when he went to Dortmund and he had like 2 good games and everyone, Sancho, you've done this good Champions League final. Shut up. He hardly did anything. Yeah? It's the Sancho watch along. It's the Rashford when he's doing this. That doesn't mean that he should be back with us. It means that he's gone on to better things for himself and we have to part ways. If ever he does good, bad or indifferent, it was the right decision to part ways. I'm not bothered. Same when, like I said, when Sancho was at Dortmund, I couldn't care less. I want them to play well. The price goes up. We can get what we want in the summer, and we do this.
Yeah,
we have
you're
to
right.
move
Sometimes
on.
that relationship is just...
It's done. So I hope Rashford does really well. I really do.
Yeah. Score prediction then, boys?
It's a big game. We didn't even talk about Spurs.
Villa.
Spurs could go out in two games.
That's
always win things in my second season, mate. That would be brilliant.
The bottling. That's what I'm betting on.
Yeah. I'm going to go Villa.
It's the week.
And I'm going to go Rashford to score.
It's the week for it. Listen, Tottenham are going to exert all their energy in this game against Liverpool. Go out and then be tired at Villa.
And go
Because they ain't
out
got the
as well.
squad to rotate.
Oh, it's only a couple of days later,
It's
isn't
a
it?
couple days later.
Right.
This is
Villa
the end.
will be on
and
it.
Then, and
Thursday,
then,
Boost of
Sunday.
bare new players, like a good feel factor with that good win. They'll be on it.
and then people will be
Spurs
like,
are in
"Oh, Ange, you're not going to win anything in your second season, so why are you still here?"
But Spurs smoked them last time their place.
Yeah.
And
It's
at
different,
home.
but it's different now. They got injuries.
They do all right
Got
against
a lot
Villa.
of players out. I'm going to go over, and it's at Villa as well.
It's at Villa,
At
yeah.
home, FA Cup. Atmosphere again. 2 away trips in a row. A lot of travelling.
Rashi Rise.
Lot
Come
of
on.
cramp. I'm
go.
2-0 Villa, man. Actually, no. I'll go 3-1 Villa. Give him a goal.
I'm going
this
4-2 Villa.
time. Nice.
One expression's just crying. It's Jermaine Jackson, blood. Why him? Why? I need that. Yeah.
Jermaine Jackson.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I think that's what he calls it.
So what? 3-1 you're saying? 2-0? 2-1? 3-1? 3-2?
Spurs will score. 3-1 Villa.
3-1 Villa. Laurie?
2-1 Villa. I think all the momentum's with them. I think it's Villa like one of my outside choices for that cup. You know, I think they've not done anything great cups for a while. I think that this could be a year they might be looking at and think, yeah, we can do something.
Okay.
I think the fact Rashord as well. That
Babyface
whole thing-
says Rashford cannot play. Dumb guys. Can you not? No, he didn't play in the FA Cup for us against Arsenal. He was out of the squad then.
Exactly, yeah.
So he hasn't played in
And
the
that was
FA
the
Cup.
third round.
That was the third round, so he can play.
So yeah, I think that all things being considered, I think Villa will go through. And like I said, I back in them to have a big run in the cup. Might even win it this year.
Okay. Big up to you. Let's get through the super chats. Jared Pudsey says the problem with winning 5-1 against City is it gives me hope that we're going to win the treble. Man, oh man, it's the hope that kills you.
I don't
Big
think
up.
anyone will
Yeah.
say that.
Daniel Agyamang, big up to you. You are a gold level member. Don't forget what that gets you. It's the extra content, the BTS stuff that doesn't go out on YouTube. Shout out to Sino7 as well, who is now a gold level member as well. King Eagle, who'd you rather win the Champions League final, Tottenham or Arsenal? I think
Who's that question directed to?
I don't even know.
Tottenham.
Yeah, probably.
Because Arsenal fans would lose their minds.
Oh, and
The
Tottenham
meltdown
wouldn't.
would be
No,
crazy.
yeah,
No, but they've already lost the Champions League
They
final.
don't win nothing, and you've not won the Champions League. And then
It's
that's
true.
why when they was in that Champions League last time final, you lot would.
That's
It's
like
true.
Oh,
yeah,
my
you were
God.
supporting
It's
Liverpool
Arsenal
that
fan-
night,
they
weren't
were
you?
good.
I
They'll
was.
smash
Oh,
up the
hell,
stadium.
hell yeah.
Both the
Hell
options.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Imagine Turkish with the cronky out thing if Spurs win the Champions League.
No.
Both the
No,
options to me are despicable.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Is it really that bad, bro?
Yeah.
I'd rather honestly just like call
No,
off,
Arsenal
I'd
really
rather
that
call
bad,
off the
'cause
game.
we won
I'd
stuff,
rather
though,
call
over
off
the
the game.
years.
I'd rather call off the game.
Not a Champions League though.
No.
However,
That's like Everton
the point
winning it
you've
before
made,
us. Like, it can't happen.
who do I come across more, Tottenham fans or Arsenal fans?
Arsenal.
We still got two.
Actually-
Tottenham get one. Absolutely disgusting. But Arsenal's head loss with
Yeah.
Tottenham getting that one,
just
as
that's
opposed to Tottenham's head loss with
amazing.
Arsenal getting
Yeah.
it. Oh, because I know more Arsenal, I'm gonna see more head loss. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take
They'll
that.
lose
I'm
their
about to take
Great
that.
No, but there's
question,
a
though.
reason why you know more Arsenal, because we're a bigger club.
Yeah,
Not a
but
big
yeah,
club.
but if Tottenham got a Champions League and you don't, damn.
Exactly.
Good luck. Good
You're
luck
a bigger
talking
club,
about that
so
shit.
shitload
North
Tottenham.
London forever.
No, but
Whatever the weather.
But you got to ask yourself this: I would say that Tottenham are the most hated club in London by other fans, and there's a reason for that.
No, that's you.
I think it's Arsenal.
It's
Can you
Arsenal.
imagine the fan cams?
Did you hear that?
They will do fan cams outside the Emirates. If Tottenham win the Champions
they'll
League
do
and they're
fan
not
cams for a game they didn't
they're not
play.
even in the game, there will be fan cams outside the Emirates.
Turkish will be driving.
Saying, what have you done to our club?
Yeah.
You've got them lot over the road. They're European
Do
champions.
you disputing what I said there? Do you think?
Yeah, he said that
That's
Spurs
not my
fans are more
experience.
hated
No, I think it's
in London.
Arsenal
Than
now.
it's Arsenal.
Yeah, it's true.
100%.
It's true.
Arsenal,
That's
yeah.
the only thing Chelsea and Arsenal fans can agree
Who's the
on.
most
They hate
hated club in
Tottenham.
London? Let us know
What, so
in the
yeah,
chat.
so you say
I do
Tottenham.
hate Tottenham, but I hate Arsenal too.
No,
It's
do you think
difficult
they're
for
the
me.
most hated in London?
Yeah, they are. They probably
Spurs.
are. Probably, yeah.
That's
More
what I'm
than
saying
Arsenal.
here.
No, I'd
Everybody,
say Arsenal.
West Ham fans hate Tottenham more than Arsenal.
Yeah, everyone
No,
hates
West Ham
Tottenham.
Chelsea
fans
fans
hate
hate
Arsenal
Tottenham.
now.
Flex, I'm surprised you
No,
haven't.
but they hate Tottenham more.
There's more.
They
That's
are
like
the most
Arsenal, yeah.
discharged
Chelsea fans
group
hate
of
Tottenham
fans.
more than Arsenal.
People in the chat saying
Fulham don't
it's
hate
Arsenal.
anyone because they're a
I'd
lovely
say
club.
Arsenal are the most hated team in London.
Nah.
Jeez.
I accept a lot of people not feeling Arsenal. I get that, and I understand it. But trust me,
People think because
Tottenham fans.
people think because social media,
Yeah,
Arsenal are the
yeah.
most hated.
That
But if you
might
actually
be it.
step outside and you ask people, it's gonna because Chelsea and Arsenal fans both hate Tottenham.
I
more than
interact-
each
Yeah, they can
other,
agree on that,
and
yeah.
they're the biggest fan base.
Listen,
in
I
London.
interact
That's
with
why
a
it's
lot
weird.
of like fans from other clubs
Yeah,
in
yeah.
London. Speak to Brentford fans, speak to West Ham. You go ask
Barnet.
West Ham fans
West Ham's
about
a big one.
Tottenham.
West Ham-
Chelsea
West
fans
Ham
about
definitely, yeah,
Tottenham.
that's
Yeah,
their
yeah.
actual.
Barnet.
Yeah.
Arsenal fans about Tottenham.
Okay.
They all say
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Both our fan bases hate Tottenham more than we hate each
Yeah.
other.
Fair enough.
Like in real life.
Nesco says Cheeto can't be worse than the senior attackers. We need a win. However it comes, we will take it. 2-0 United. Agent Rude. Killen says all teams in the panel have amazing youth prospects? What crop of youngsters edges the others? By the way, big up Flex. It says kill him.
That's got to be Arsenal, isn't it? Surely.
I don't know, man. We got Rio.
Come on, man. Look at Wanyeri.
Hold up.
Is there a more exciting talent in the Premier League right now than him? Young guy. Name me one.
I think Skelly
Then
and
Skelly.
Wanyeri are definitely up there for sure. Juno says, Matisse Armani, how do you feel
Diblin.
when Robert Sanchez was dropped? We cannot play him against Brighton. He gets nervous as F.
Yeah, that was a correct decision. It's a long time coming. Now,
Yeah.
is he going to keep him out of the team? That's what I'm interested in.
Do you know he's got a yardman tax on him?
Who?
Sanchez.
Well, we can send him to a yardman team. Well,
No, I was just wondering, was you aware of that?
I didn't.
Because somebody told me, and
I'd
then
rather
I
not
checked
claim
it on
him. I'd
Google.
rather
I was
not
like,
claim him.
"Nah,
What, he's Jamaican?
his dad is.
Robert Sanchez?
Yeah.
That's even worse.
Is it?
Are you making that up?
I'm not.
Robert
'Cause
Sanchez is half Jamaican.
Somebody told me that, and I was like, you like, nah.
Why'd you tell me
and then
that?
I
Now you've ruined everything.
Wikipedia'd it and Googled it. I was
is
like,
he?
"Rah, yeah, man.
So his dad's Jamaican?
Forget I didn't.
By the
I'm
way,
just gonna forget I
just
heard
to
that.
clear up
You're
what
wrong.
we said earlier, Rashford
Check that.
can't play.
wasn't involved in the squad as United beat Arsenal on penalties in the third round at the Emirates, so he is eligible
Yeah,
to play
that's-
for
yeah.
Villa. So you're the dumb guy in the chat.
Dumb
Hold on.
guy.
Brexit Good says Plymouth robbed West Brom, not Preston. My mistake. Ref gave a penalty when the ball hit Styles' head. Ref was looking right at it. Please ignore my name. Come on, you Blues. And his name is Brexit was good. Sebastian Clark says all this stay humble shit just to get oiled up. And Luke McMahon says it's funny, no Robbie, after they get battered. How is it going to deflect this? But Liverpool final, come on Reds, you'll never walk alone. Right, that's the show wrapped up, my people. Big up to you for watching it. Smash that like button on the way out. Of course, we obviously spoke about Newcastle humbling Arsenal. We spoke about the preview for tonight's game, the FA Cup games at the weekend as well.
I feel like I did 3 rounds with Mike Tyson. You lot was jumping all over me, man. But I stood up.
You held
I
it,
stood
though.
up and
Well
be
done.
counted.
It wasn't even,
done.
it
You
wasn't
turned
even
up.
us, I'll be real. It was
You
the super
were.
chats.
You turned up.
They set you up for this. They set you up.
Super chats
Yeah.
were
They
crazy.
set you up. This is my last show for, I think, 4 shows. So
Where you going?
don't worry. No one, I haven't told anyone, so it's all good. Yeah, Robert Sanchez's father is Jamaican
Yeah,
English
man,
and his
team.
mum is Spanish.
Wow.
Big
You
him up.
Robert
honestly
Cartel.
You ruined my day.
Robert
You've ruined my
Cartel,
day.
Relax.
Rob
Flex,
Cartel.
Big up.
Matisse, big up.
Ruined my
Laurie,
day.
big up.
Thank you,
The
man.
Lyle brother that actually came and firmed it. So
I
big
tried
up
to do
him
my
each and
best,
every
man.
time. Laurie held it
In the
down.
face of
Adversity.
hostility.
Hostility. Just like
I held it
do you
down.
play this
James's
weekend? Are you playing?
last night. No, they're not.
You playing
They're
this
going to Dubai, aren't they?
You playing this weekend?
No,
They're
we
playing
got
Al Rayyan in
yeah.
a behind closed doors thing.
Mad.
It's mad. Big up. We'll see you on the next show. Well, I won't, but I'll see you soon. Take care. All the best.
Just want to see City suffer.
crying.
What you should do is cancel that channel.
It's late.
Not a lot of people in this building can tell the time.
I hope he's so dead.
Stay humble.
Yo, am I a new Malpai? Or Ryan Shawcross? Or Ruud van Cheat himself?
Man United, we're not in this competition. It's an absolute disgrace.
What is going on?
You've been forced to come to us.
We're above you, mate.
In the bin, guys.
Oh!